Hello students. So in today's class we are going to discuss about 8th chapter part A, trade in agricultural produce. Every day we will consume a different materials in our life. It means a food materials we will consume. What is that? For example, rice, pulses, vegetables, fruits, milk, sugar, tea, coffee, etc. All these things we will consume in our daily life. Most of them they are mainly produced by the farmers only in the villages, like rice and vegetables, pulses. All this it is produced by whom? The farmers in the villages, and they reach us in very different ways. We can make a list of all the food items we consume as a day by day basis by filling the following table. All these items, what are we consuming in our daily life, from where it is getting to us, we need to know first of all, right? Mostly it is getting from farmers. So what are the ways, from which different ways we will able to consume this all the products? The people get agricultural products from where? The street vendors or small shops which are there, from there, or santas, it means market, weekly markets. It will be held in every villages for weekly once. So in that, so by by this different ways we can able to purchase all these materials. In recent times, the farmers are selling their fruits and vegetables in Raitu Bazaars. In this chapter, now we will learn about how some of these functions will be held. Selling vegetables on streets. So we will take an example of a lady. The lady name is Gauri. So Gauri is a small vegetable vendor. She will stay in Siripuram village. Her residence is in Siripuram village. She buys a seasonal vegetables from the wholesaler from the vegetable market in a nearby town, and she will sells them on streets, carrying the vegetables in a basket on her head. So she goes from door to every home, and she will ask the people that whether they need any types of vegetables, whether they want to purchase any types of vegetables. In the village, the 2-3 other women also sell vegetables in this same way. So every day, what is the daily routine process of this lady Gauri is, every day the Gauri starts from her village at about 4 a.m. Early morning 4 a.m. she will start from her village. She goes to the town to buy vegetables from the wholesaler market. After that, she goes and come back by bus, and she spends 2.5 rupees 25, sorry, it is 25 rupees on her transport every day. It means she will go in a bus to the town, so she will spend 25 rupees on transport every day. She will generally keeps all the vegetables in her house, and she will take one basket, and she will load that all the vegetables in the market at a time. Once the vegetables are sold, she goes back home to refill the basket, and again she will resumes her selling. Again she will come and again she will start her selling. In between, she also cooks, feeds her children, and attends to other household works also. So when the vegetables will finish in the basket, she will go back to home, and she will fill all the vegetables in her basket. Then after, in that time, what she will do, she will also do her work at home, like cooking, and she have a children, she will feeding to her children, and after that she will other any household activities, all that things she will do again, and after that she will come back to sell the vegetables again. On some days she is very tired and sick to do this through job and has to rest at home. So sometimes she will be sick every day, all the work she is doing. So she is once at a time in one day she will become sick. So what happens? She have to take the rest at home must. What price does she charge for her customers? So what is the price she will charge to the customers for the vegetables? For example, if she buys 10 kilograms of tomato for 100 rupees, so she will sell it at 15 rupees per kilo. It means a 5 rupees more she will purchase for 10 rupees, but she is selling for a 15 rupees. It means 5 rupees more she is adding to her actual price. Then so what will happen? But she can't sell all the tomatoes for 15 rupees per kilo. If the tomatoes are overripe, she has to sell them at 10 rupees or even at rupees 5 per kilo to avoid the spoilage. So what happen if the tomatoes are fresh and very good, then she can demand a 15 rupees. But if any spoilage is there, if any damage, if any the vegetables are not fresh, not good, then what she have to do? Then no one will purchase the vegetables. So what she have to do? She will sell for the actual price of 10 rupees, or else even she have to she have to sell that at a 5 rupees also. At last she will sell all the vegetables, she will finish all the vegetables which she has taken by, she will finish it by the selling. In the morning she sold the tomatoes at 15 rupees per kilo. So same tomatoes by the evening, if we found her selling, so she will sell at how many? 8 to 9 rupees per kilo. On the whole, she earns only the 100 to 150 rupees in a day, which is not sufficient to meet her family needs. It will be not sufficient to her family. The Gauri keeps some of her income for the next day purchase. Otherwise, she would to borrow from the moneylender or self-help group or a wholesale merchant. That's why she have to keep some amount of money beside for them, because she next day she have to purchase the vegetables. So some amount of income of her day she have to keep beside. Or else if she don't have money, if she don't keep the income beside, then what she have to do? Definitely she have to borrow from the others, money lenders. They never refuse to lend money to her, but they are very strict in their terms and conditions. So who are the money lenders there? They will not refuse, they will not say no, that they won't give. They will give the money, but they have some of the conditions. For example, if she borrows 500 from a money lender, he give her only 450 and she has to pay back rupees 500 on the next day. So she is taking 500 amount, she is borrowing 500 amount from the money lender, but he is giving just a 450 rupees. A 50 rupees he is excluding from the 500, but in next day when she will pay back the money, she have to pay 500 compulsory. She will have a serious problem if she is not able to sell the vegetables on the same day, as they go bad fast and fetch very little money. So here the Gauri is just one of the thousands of vegetable vendors of Telangana. So like Gauri, the many of thousands of people are there who will sell the vegetables in the streets or markets, right? In all the thousands of them, the Gauri is one of them. In towns, many vendors have a permanent place hired either from the municipality or from the private shop owners. So we can see if we go the market, then they have for each vegetable vendor they have a separate section, right? It is a municipality area, so they will hire, they will take for the rent, and they will pay the money to the government. Some also sell vegetables on the pavements and paying a small amount to the panchayat or the municipalities. The vendors like Gauri lead a very difficult life and are chronically in debt. Since they borrow the money from the money lenders, like generally banks do not lend money on the small traders, so that's why the banks won't give the loans for a small reasons, for small by selling the vegetables. So it will give a big loans, like for example construction for the home, for the land, so it will for agriculture purpose. So for the small things it won't give any loan, so that's why the people who are there, they have to take the money definitely from the money lenders only, they have to borrow from them. So what will happen if they take a borrow from the others? They have to pay the interest must. So whatever the earnings are there, they will go to pay the interests only. You know interest is, right? What is interest? It is vaddi. So they will pay it. Secondly, they do not have any facilities to preserve the unsold vegetable. So whatever the vegetables they will purchase, so if they won't able to send in the same day, what they will do, they don't have any facilities to preserve the vegetables. So all the vegetables will spoil. So it is loss for them. In contrast to this, the big traders have cold storage facilities and godowns. The big shops, the big traders, big business, who will do, they have all the facilities to stores like in godown, right? They can also borrow money from the for the low rate of interest. They earn more and become richer, whereas the small traders become the poorer. So the big traders who are there, they are earning and they are becoming richer, and the poor people who are there, so they are staying in the same way, they are becoming the poorer only. Weekly market. So weekly market, we call it as what? Santa also. Do you know about the markets held once in a week in different localities of a town or in different small towns? Yes, we know that. We have idea about this, right? So weekly once a day a market will be held. It is called Santa, or we generally we can say it as Angadi also, right? So weekly once it will be happen. So like this, not at one locality, at different localities, at different towns and cities, it will be happen. These markets are called Santalu. The traders move from one Santa to another and sell their goods. The traders of Santa, they will procure goods from wholesale shops in towns and cities and reach out a large section of the people. So what these traders will do, they will purchase the goods from the wholesale shops which are located in the towns and cities, and they will reach out a large, it means after purchasing there, they will go different places. For example, in one city, in one town, the Santa market, it is in one day. For example, it is in Monday, so they will purchase and they will go to there on Monday. Next day, if any in other town it is in Tuesday, then they will change the place to the other locality. So like this they will do the trading business here. So they will purchase from the wholesale shops here. Can you believe that more than 25,000 such santalu are functioning in our India in different towns? How many? 25,000 like this markets in weekly ones they are functioning in our India. They function in both the villages and cities, both the rural areas and both the urban areas here. So let us find out some more details about Santa in Telangana. In our Telangana, what is Santa? What details about Santa? What is happening? What it will happen in the Santa? So we will see. Sunday Santa in Chottupal. So what is this? It is a small town. The Chottupal is a very small town in Yadadri district. So this Chottupal comes under which district? The Yadadri district. The Chottupal Santa functions on every Sunday. It means weekly. Sunday will come on Sunday. So every Sunday this in this village this function will happen. In this Santa, more than 200 traders sell the vegetables. More than 200 members, traders are there who will purchase the vegetables from the wholesalers and they will come to this place and they will sell the vegetables. Along with vegetables, they will also send what? Fruits, cloths and meat, fish, dry fish, handmade tools and ready-made footwear, cosmetics, ropes, equipments for farming and cattle rearing and many other things. All these things they will sell in this Santa market. The buffaloes, goats and sheep are also traded here. They will also sell, some people will also sell what? Buffaloes, goats, sheep, they will sell here. People from more than 40 surrounding villages come to buy goods in this Santa. So the people will come how much? To that town. Besides villages will be there, no, 40 surrounding villages that people will come to purchase all the goods in this Chottupal Santa. In Chottupal Santa, the separate space is allotted for trading like cattle, grocery items and non-edible items. So what they will do, they will give a separate space here. They will allot for them to sell all this. For example, in a place, a mint for vegetables, every trader has a fixed space. So if we take the vegetables, a vegetable space area will be one side, a different side. So a complete line is for vegetables if we think, then the next line is for other things like selling the buffaloes, goats, so like this. So different section, different space of area given to the different types of materials. It means different types of products, like for groceries other space and for vegetables other place, and for the selling the buffaloes and goats trading for other place. They will provide the spaces. For trading, the cattle sheds with facilities to keep the cattle are also available. So in this Santa what we available? For trading cattle. So selling the cattle there, no. So for them the sheds, upside the shed will also available. They will provide all the facilities to keep these cattle. So that facilities is also available for them. Sundays. So here you have a picture. What it is showing in this picture? The market, the local market. It is nothing but Santa. So these Santa weekly once it will be held, right? So what we can see in this diagram, in this picture, what it is showing, see the completely the area how it is like a village. So in this village a particular place is provided for the selling. So what the people are, see, some people are selling the footwear, right? Some people are selling here the vegetables, some people are selling a different tools, different items made by the wood. So all this the besides you can see that you have houses here and a bus is going on here. It means the many people will come in this bus for the market Santa. They will come here and they will purchase all these things and they will go back to their homes. So this is the weekly market. This is called as what? The weekly market. This is called as Santa. So in today's class we have discussed about the weekly market, what is Santa, and about we have taken example of Gauri, how the vegetable vendors will go and how they will sell the vegetables, what is their routine life, what are the problems they are facing, we have discussed. So in next class the continuation part of the same lesson we will discuss.